Just as a note, if you want to give them a note of welcoming treasure. A lot of these parents have never been to a board meeting ever. If not, I'll cover it.
She's getting ready?
Yeah.
Hold on, she's still handing things out.
Yeah. And Verónica, just give us a high sign when we're ready. Y bienvenidos a todas las familias de Parlante Español. Gracias por estar aquí con nosotros. Ahí, por favor, me avisan con el dedo si están recibiendo la traducción. Para saber. ¿Está bien? Okay. Do you guys need translation? You're good. No? Okay. Okay. All right.
They need translation into English.
I know, huh? Yeah, I'm gonna have to do it backwards. And then 1 year we'll do it in French, and no one will understand.
Okay. Buenas tardes.
Buenas tardes.
Okay, it's working. Okay, I appreciate everyone coming today, and we look forward to having you come in the future as well. Thank you. All right. 4.0, adoption of the agenda. 4.1, adoption of the agenda is requested as presented.
Move.
Alice Lopez,
Second.
Sabrina Gomez, all in favor?
Aye.
4-0. 5.0, consent calendar. 5.1, approval of regular board meeting minutes for June 13th, 2023.
Move.
Alice Lopez,
Second.
Sabrina Gomez, all in favor?
Aye.
That's okay,
Roll.
Sabrina.
I know.
5.2, approval of special board meetings,
It's a tongue
meeting
twister,
minutes
you
on June 22nd, 2023.
know. Move.
Alice,
Yes.
Second.
Sabrina Gomez, all in favor?
Aye.
4-0. 5.3, approval of release warrants dated June 8th, 2023, in the amount of $413,840.90. June 30th, 2023, in the amount of $1,162,454.40. July 6th, 2023, in the amount of $522,422.03.
Move.
Sabrina?
Mm-hmm.
Second.
Alice? All in favor?
Aye.
4-0. 7.0, people to be heard. 7.1, approval of facility use agreement for Farmsville Youth High School baseball tournament for the use of Farmsville High School baseball and varsity softball fields from August 5th, 6th, and September 16th and 17th, 2023, with no conflicts. Jesse Moreno.
Would you like to come to?
Hi, my name's Des Marinock. Been coaching baseball here for the past 8 years. The past 5 years, we've been blessed to throw these tournaments in place of our fundraising efforts. Give you guys this, kind of a breakdown of what we've been doing. We kind of come here every year, try to get the permits, try to get help with maybe the fees, the actual permit fees, not so much the caretaking part, but the actual use of the fields. Basically, in a nutshell, we throw 3 tournaments every year. We get anywhere from 15 to 25 teams. They range from 8 years old up to under 18, actually, seniors. They're travel ball teams. We've had teams come all the way from Raleigh all the way up to Sacramento. We've had teams come down from Sacramento, and it's been really successful. They've come back based on how we prep the fields and the tournament that we throw. The players work the tournament. Okay, so all of our players, our JV and our varsity players, work the tournament. We do the fields, prep, clean the restrooms, whatever needs to be done, and we also get a spot in there where we get some playing time, some game time. And we're playing very competitive baseball. It's a travel ball team. Basically, the kids show up, we credit them, we write them down who shows up. If they come and help, right off the bat, they'll get their spirit pack, their practice shirts, and their hats and that kind of thing. And then if we get them through the whole series, the whole 3 tournaments, we've been fortunate to buy them their team cleats, we buy them team bags, and for the most part, some of them get batting gloves for the first time they've ever got a batting glove, you know, if you know baseball, it's a blessing to have. We've been able to upgrade our field with the money that we've raised, but every dime that we get, we put it right back into the players or the fields to make things go. And you know, some of the benefits too that are unspoken are, you know, over the years I'm from Visalia and I've coached a lot of years in Visalia, and I know people from around here, and I get this, you know, Farmersville. We've never been to Farmersville before until they come to our tournament, and they're actually pleasantly surprised with, you know, the food, the atmosphere, and they keep coming back. We keep growing, which is a good thing, I think, and not just for our baseball program, but also for the community. I think it's been a really plus. So I walk around with my Farmersville stuff in Visalia. I've noticed the, you know, I think Farmersville was always that town that you pass. You know, you don't stop. And now I've had people that have come back, even not for the tournament, but to get food. It's always about the food, so we got good food here again. But my point is, we bring hundreds of people here, and they buy the gas, they buy food, they shop, they help us out here, and I think that we put on a really quality program, or else we wouldn't get the teams coming from far away to play. The competition that we get here. So with that said, I'm asking that we continue that tradition and that we get an approval and maybe some help with the facility fees to continue that tradition here. And again, the last thing I'll say is that it benefit for us as coaches is we're not dealing with product, we're not dealing with running people down to collect money. We're able to focus on baseball, we're able to focus on our program. I don't know if any of you have done fundraisers, but cookie dough and stuff, there's been years when I couldn't sleep without seeing cookie dough falling on top of me and trying to collect the money for it. This is all encompassed. We throw 3 tournaments and we do our banners, and that pretty much secures us for everything we need for the season. So it's a blessing that I think. And again, the kids are what makes it happen, what makes it work like that. Any questions?
Sabrina?
No.
Ellis?
You're just asking for 2 tournaments at this time, correct?
Yes, we have a 3rd tournament. It's in October. Matter of fact, I just spoke with Mr. Dybas earlier because we usually have it in July, but because Coach Lopez left, we were kind of up in the air on the program, so we couldn't get that July tournament. But we do have an October date in mind. And we're going to ask, if I can ask Mr. Dybas, if we could go ahead and just include that date. It's the 14th and 15th of October.
Well, I think you'll probably have to come back for that, but other than that, I don't have any questions.
John?
What have we done in the past? Have we,
Yes, you waived the fees for us in the past.
and how about the custodian?
It's been both. We've had them waived in the past, we've paid for them in the past, so it's kind of a give and take. I mean, obviously, you know, we're gonna take what we can get. We raised, you know, $3 or $4 grand at the tournament, you know, which helps us, with the 3 tournaments. But at the same time, the custodians play a help with us, you know, when they're out there with their gators. And my guys usually do the work, but he's usually driving the gator and that kind of thing, if that makes sense.
And just, you get charging fee to come in?
Yes, that's where we bring the bulk of our money is our gator.
Okay. So, let me see if I got this right. You're having 4 days times 30 equals 120, right? At 30 days, at $30 a day.
I'm sorry, tell me that again, John, I'm sorry.
They're charging you $30 per day to use the field facility, correct?
Yes.
Oh, okay, so that comes out to 120. Then you did it wrong. You said it 1 times 30 equals 120, then it doesn't come out to 120. Anyhow, and then the custodian fee, that's for the 8 hours, is for the whole days, for 2 days, is $568?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, that's all I need to ask. Thank you.
Hope I answered that.
Yeah, you did, thank you.
Well, you know what, we really appreciate you putting on these tournaments. I know it's a lot of work. I've been out there, and your boys are out there doing the fields, which I thought was amazing, because they work together. It's cool to see that.
And it's a good, you know, it's a good team building.
Yeah, it is. It's,
You know,
it teaches
we
them
get
quite a
lot of
bit.
Freshmen, incoming freshmen.
Yeah.
That's exciting too, because now they're for eighth graders, now they're getting their first taste of high school
Yeah,
with us,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
basically.
Okay.
Encourage everyone to come out.
Okay.
Aztec nachos.
Mhm.
So, we need a motion and, anyone? Motion?
Okay, well, my motion is to waive the facility fee. We really appreciate that you pretty much take care of the fields and so forth, so there is no problem with any of that waiver. But when we do have to pay out of pocket for our custodial to come out, then that's the difference. So I would make the motion to waive the facility fee.
You said waive the facility and just charge the custodian fee?
Correct.
No second? All right,
That died like the motion?
died, so. we have
My
a
motion would be to go ahead and pay the custodial fee, and you pay the 120 for the facility fee. Are you good with that? And the only reason for that, because I know in the past, when you're charging at the event, we need to, it's a charge event. If it was free or something, then I'll say, okay, we're good. But because you are charging at the gate, we have to at least pick up something from it to at least offset some of it. So my motion would be to go ahead and cover the custodian fee, that's $568, am I correct on that? For the whole deal, with the four, and then it'll be the 120. You cool with that? That's my motion.
Do I have a second?
I second that.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
3-1. Appreciate it, thanks.
Thank you guys for your time.
This is St. Jim instead of Fields.
Okay. So we got
Yeah, right.
60 and 130. 7.2, approval of facility use agreement for Farmersville Youth Football League for the use of the Farmersville High School practice fields from July 19th through November 9th. Christian?
Good evening, guys. How's it going?
Very
Good.
Yeah, so I would like to see if I can get a facility use and also a waiver for the fees. And I know, like in the past, we've always had we paid, the time back, call back, and any additional fees that were asked of us. But usually, what I normally ask is for a waiver of the facility fees, and then of course we'll pay for the custodial fees.
It's specifically for practice. Sabrina, any questions?
No. What did we approve before? We haven't gone this far out before.
And the reason some people might ask, like, you already came here once, but since our insurance started,
Lapsed.
we
Oh.
have to come back.
Yeah, so,
That makes sense.
Kind of makes sense,
Yeah.
that part.
I don't have any questions, no. I
Alex?
appreciate what you're doing for the community.
And the reason why there's no custodial is because you leave before they're done for the day, correct?
Yes, we normally finish practice at 8, sometimes 7:30 during daylight savings.
You're going till November 9th, so I'm assuming also that you stop practice. You don't need lights, or you do need lights?
That is closer to daylight savings, and our season kind of changed this year, so I'm not 100% sure yet. Yeah, the season started earlier than last year, so
Okay.
it might change a little bit.
John, any questions?
No, sir.
Okay. Do I have a motion?
Motion to grant waiver.
Motion to waive. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
4-0. 7.3, approval of facility use agreement for Farmersville Youth Football League for the use of the Farmersville High School Stadium for football games on Saturday, August 19th through November 11th with no conflicts.
Same as before for practice, I'd like to see if I can get a waiver for fees for game days on Saturdays.
Wow.
Game day Saturdays, questions?
What have we done in the past?
In the past, we never asked for practices, but we've always asked for games. That's the only difference. It's always been something that I have to come and ask for waivers. But this time around, I think it's practice as well. So usually been waived for the most part.
For the stadium?
Alice?
You're asking to practice in the stadium?
Yeah, so our game days are on Saturdays,
Yeah.
so 7.2 is for game days. Sorry, 7.3
This was for game days,
7.2 is for
Saturdays
practice.
in the
Well,
in
how
the
many
stadium.
games are there? 8? 8.
There's actually 5, and I anticipated that we're gonna make it to the playoffs,
Yeah.
so it's also on there.
Anything else, Alice?
No.
John?
32 hours custodial fee?
That's each day is,
That's like, does a custodian gonna be there all day every time he's there, or is it a callback for 2 hours?
Open up is a 2-hour callback.
two.
And then any evening to lock up is another 2-hour callback. Because it's over an 8-hour period.
Yeah, it's usually 4-hour callback for Saturday.
Has it always been this expensive? I don't remember, I don't recall. Really?
Yeah.
Crazy. But I guess that's the cost, huh? Okay, just asking.
Okay. So do we have a motion?
You know what, I'm gonna throw this out here, okay?
Okay.
I'm gonna motion to go ahead and waive the facility fee and then pay half of the 2632. That comes out to 1136 to help you guys out. Just being nice. Can you do that?
Yeah.
That's my motion.
So you guys agreed, so you're good. Okay, do I have a second?
Say that again, because I'm not sure the math was right.
Yeah.
Well, it's, the base thing here is, oh, correction. I did the 2632, didn't I?
Yeah, you did the whole thing, because you were already waiving.
This is a foreign calculator, so forgive me for that. So it's actually 2272, right?
At the end.
Divided by half.
Huh? Am I correct? 2272 is the total for the custodian fee, right? Divide by 2,
11:38.
that's 1136, correct? So my motion is to pay the 1136 plus the 260, the district, but you pick up the other 1136.
Well, you're saying pay, waive.
The
Waiving
district
the
is,
360 and
We're
waiving
waiving.
half of the custodian
correct,
fees.
waiving the 360 and the 1136.
Wait,
Yeah, it's very, every year it's the same, it's around $1,000.
okay.
But that would help
Is
you.
that good?
Yeah, for sure.
All right, do I have a second?
It's a lot better than.
Second.
Sabrina, that was you?
Alice.
Oh, Alice, okay. All in favor?
Aye.
I'll start saying my name.
4-0. Did you get that, Rosemary?
I think so.
So
Okay,
their charge is only 1136.
that's new math.
That's new math.
Okay.
In other words, only half of,
Foreign calculator.
only half of
Okay.
custodian will show up.
Half was custodian, correct.
So you good?
Yeah, thank you guys.
Okay,
Have a good
all right,
night.
thanks, appreciate it.
Did we do a vote?
Bye.
Yeah, we did. 4-0. 7.4, approval of facility use for the Farmsville Youth Cheer for Farmsville High School practice fields for practicing from April 2023 through November 11th, no conflicts.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Bernadette. I've been here every year. I am the president of Farmersville Youth Cheer as well as one of the coaches for one of our squads. This year, we tried something different with practice. We are requesting to use the high school facilities, so this is all new to me, coming in requesting. Usually, we just find a spot on the front, and just claim it. We are requesting to use the practice fields as well as, it wasn't in the list, but hopefully to have the restrooms open, and I'm gonna just bring up the lights in the event that we do need them later on closer to the end of the school. I'm also going to request a facility waiver fee, just because it is a practice space for us, and we don't really, after our uniforms are paid for, we don't really have any for the season.
And this is, I'm sorry. Okay. Question, Sabrina?
Okay, so you guys are practicing at the same time with the football, so,
Yes.
right? And, are the bathrooms open during that time? During,
We've been providing that,
Yeah, they have
They
been,
have been.
we find someone to open it, and I just close it on the way out, probably no.
we have a night custodian, so they open and close it.
So that goes right along with them practicing out there as well.
Football.
Yeah,
So all hand in
At the
hand.
same time,
Yeah.
so they should pay half of the thing that football is going to pay.
That
They
that's
should
game
make their own
day.
arrangement there, right?
That's game day, this is practice.
Well, they're still gonna pay something.
Not for practice.
Did you waive all that?
Yes, he did.
Dang. Give it over to the store.
Okay, anyway, so you're looking for a waiver for practice,
Yes,
basically,
for
all right. Any more questions? I have a motion.
Motion.
Motion to waive, okay. Second?
At this point, because it's only the facility, I will second. There's-
You're
Let's-
being,
all
you're
in
being
favor?
too nice.
All in favor?
Aye.
4-0. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
You're welcome, thank you. Good luck.
Yes. 7.5, approval of facility use agreement for Farmersville Boys Wrestling for the use of Farmersville High School gym for wrestling tournament on July 30th, 2023. No conflicts. Ken?
That's coming up.
Pretty good.
Don't butter us up. No, I'm joking.
I'm good at that, but
I'm joking.
If that's what it's gonna take. Anyway, this is my fourth tournament. The season goes from November to March, but this is local. We have a lot of kids that come. Last time we had, I think about 300 kids at the tournament from all over the area. And this is used for our kids that go to camps during the summer, tournaments during the summer. We've already gone to 2 tournaments and 2 camps this summer. So it's really a good thing. We bring in the big guys, the elementary school kids, the junior high kids, and then the high school kids. So it's been really good. It's a good fundraiser. And the biggest thing is, there's some schools, I'm not gonna name them, but they're over near Fresno. And try to keep up with those guys, because a lot of the parents will just write a check for $1,500, send them to camp or whatever. We're doing it the smart way. These kids are gonna work the tournament, they're gonna wrestle in the tournament, and it's just a good thing all the way around. And I think this is my 9th or 10th tournament since I've been in Farmersville for the year. So it is a good thing. But we're getting better. We finished with 21 kids last year. We only had 1 kid the year before that finished. So we're getting better, and then we got a good junior high group coming in.
Good.
So that's a good thing. I think what you've done as far as the use of the gym facility was waived, but then you paid for the custodian. Is that how? I know I've been listening. I think that's how.
Maybe you learned something, huh?
Do you charge at the gate?
Yes, we do, yeah.
So
We
it's
charge
a-
$5 a parent, and then,
Kids are free?
kids are,
Thank you.
yes.
How about seniors?
And mothers at work or fathers at work also are free.
How about seniors?
Senior citizens or
Yeah.
senior?
Did it wrestle or did it go?
No,
like that?
get in.
We
You can have a
ask-
senior
we can
wrestling
ask-
team, but, no, I don't think so.
We can have a age group tournament.
That'd be awesome.
Okay, so your total cost is $391, is that correct?
Yes.
All right. Any more questions? Motion?
You have any questions?
Any questions?
I just want to say I appreciate you not charging for kids because my daughter does travel sports and
Right.
my
Yeah.
son, like, first of all, the kids don't even want to be there and you want me to pay for them to be there. They're not even watching this. They don't care.
That's
No, it's
something-
good.
As a father, that's something that you're looking for too, so.
Yeah,
involved in a lot of sports.
it adds up. I don't have any questions, but thank you.
Alice?
Approximately, how many on the team are Farmersville?
Well, we've had, I mean, during the spring, we've had up to 30, 35 kids, elementary all the way through.
Oh, okay.
Growing, every year it's growing,
But
yeah.
it's
That are all Farmersville residents
all Farmersville residents.
or school, yeah.
And then ones that would be at the tournament that want to be Farmersville residents. There's a lot of addresses out here. They can come to Farmersville to work for the city chamber of commerce.
John, any questions?
No.
Okay, do I have a motion?
Motion,
What is your motion?
all of it.
Waive it? Do I have a second?
Because it's minimal, I'll second it.
Second, all right. All in favor?
Oh, my God.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 4-0. You got it, boss. Appreciate you coming by.
Come on by on Sunday.
We will, we
you.
will.
I know, and sorry for last week. We kind of close
I
up.
like to go to parties, so I do. You know,
Okay, 8.0, public comments. Members of the public may address the board on any agenda item or other item of interest within the subject matter jurisdiction of the board before, during the governing board's consideration of the item. The board is not able to discuss or take action on any item not appearing on the agenda. Pursuant to board policy, the board may limit individual comments to no more than 3 minutes, individual topics to no more than 20 minutes. Please begin your comments by stating your name. Do you have anything?
Furthermore, the board asks that during public comment, everyone be respectful of the speakers. Members of the public shall not interrupt or interject while another person is giving their public comment at the podium. During public comment, there shall be no use of foul language. Should a member of the public have a concern about a specific employee, we ask that you direct those concerns to me, the superintendent, after this meeting so that the concerns can be handled through the proper procedures. Please do not use employee or student names during public comment. At this point, I have no speaker cards, sir.
Okay, let's move on to 8.1, superintendent comments.
Okay. Good evening, everybody. I want to first give a welcome and farewell to all of our parents that came little by little, whether they're here to support their effort for sports or not. We should always celebrate when members of the community come in and sit, even for a little while. Hopefully that will increment over time till we have full community engagement at every single board meeting. And so that is the goal. A couple of announcements. We have our upcoming staff breakfast and professional development day coming on August the 7th. We're excited to be able to secure a world-renowned presenter and professional development giver for our staff in order to launch our year this year. It is imperative to understand that the very first day, our first impression, sets the tone for the rest of the year. And so we want to make sure that we set a very strong tone of the changes that we need to make in order to improve the academic achievement of our students and really make the changes that are needed in this district in order to make sure that all kids are achieving at high levels. So we're excited for the possibility, pending board approval, to get Dr. Victor Rios, a world-renowned speaker and presenter, and provide the presentation and the professional development that morning on the 7th of August. It is also, I want to share that we've been having meetings all week this week with our administrators on a variety of topics in order to make sure that we have clarity as the leadership of this district and making sure that every school is marching to the tune of the same drum and making sure, well, to the beat of the same drum, the tune would be the music, but in making sure that all of our students are receiving high-level instruction and that we have what is called a longitudinal or vertical alignment between schools, so as they go from one school to the next, they're receiving the best possible instruction. Next week, we will have our site guiding coalitions. What those are is our administrators and key teachers, leaders at each site, to plan out the rest of the year so that we have clarity in that respect as well. Because if you recall in a previous superintendent comments, I shared that our goal this year is to provide a plethora of professional development opportunities for all the parties involved, teachers and administrators, so that we are all walking in the same direction and moving in the same direction. We have Williams visits to Snowden and the junior high on August 15th. We anticipate no issues, no findings, so we're all excited to get through that. Federal program monitoring, we were selected, bless you, we were selected this year for federal program monitoring, and our review or audit date was gonna be in September, which right now, we don't even have the personnel to be able to upload because one of the schools that was gonna be audited was Freedom. And right now, we don't have a print. We're in process of getting someone new. So we were able to convince the state in order to move our audit till May. So that gives us the amount of time that we need in order to upload all the documents that they require, and there's a lot of them. We're ready to launch for the new year. Again, this year is dedicated to professional development across the board and making sure that everybody is speaking the same language and school starts bright and early on August 10th. That concludes my comments. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. 10.0, K through 8 issues. Approval of Gear Up Summer Wrap Conference on July 25th through 27th, 2023 at Glendale, California. That's for the Farmville Junior High School.
Are they already there? I guess we ratify that, right?
Motion?
Motion.
Second.
Okay.
Sabrina.
All in favor?
Just for information, the original intent was to get this approved prior, but because we had to reschedule the meeting. That's why you see the difference in the dates.
All in favor?
Aye.
4-0. 11.0, high school issues. 11.1, approval of Gear Up Summer Ramp Conference on July 25th, 27th, 2023, Glendale, California, or Farmville High School. Motion?
Yes.
Alice?
Yes.
Second?
Sabrina.
All in favor?
Aye.
4-0. 11.2, approval of Exeter District ambulance contract for 2023-2024 football season.
Motion with a couple of questions and comment.
Alice, second.
Sabrina.
Sabrina, Alice, go ahead.
I want to make sure that our coverage indicates that a ambulance will be present at all times while our children are on the field. And I know we've had that before, where one can't leave until the other one gets there for any reason, and I want to make sure that still happens. And also, if we have away games, especially when they're out in the middle of, nowhere, I would appreciate if the ambulance was at the field. We have started or had games where, what was that last one way out there?
Avenal?
Yeah.
Avenal, and they had to wait for, it wasn't one of our kids, but had it been, I'm pretty sure the parents would not have been happy with I don't know, it seemed like an hour wait for the ambulance to get there. So we need to make sure our coaches understand that we should have an ambulance for the safety of our players at every game.
Very good questions. Mr. Davis, you mind coming up and speaking to the issue of yeah, go ahead and come on up. Because back there, we can't see you on the camera. We want to make sure you have your 5 minutes of fame.
And people want to check out your tan.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm working on it. So for our games, yes, it's an understood piece of the contract that they will not leave until they're there, until another ambulance is there if they are taking somebody. And our athletic trainer is another layer of I guess, medical help that we have. Our athletic trainer, part of that contract is that they travel to every away event with us. So our new athletic trainer will be there at every away football game. The CIF requirement is that a medical personnel is on site. And so, unfortunately, like you mentioned, there are some schools that will use, they may just have like a doctor in the crowd, or they may have an athletic trainer or somebody with, I believe it's, I think athletic trainer is the lowest level of medical personnel you can have on site. But I do know like Avenal, I think Arosi is another one. They really struggle to get ambulances sometimes because of the distance they are from the actual ambulance jurisdiction. But we talk about it in our league all the time because Arosi's in our league, and they're always trying to get somebody to come out, but it is difficult for them. We're constantly trying to encourage that, and we do bring our athletic trainer with us to all away football games.
Okay, so I guess my next question would be, do we have the AED devices out there
Yes.
on the field?
Our athletic trainer has a portable AED device that stays in the athletic training room when they're not there and travels with them at every practice, every game that they go to, home game, and goes to the away games with them as well.
Okay. Thank you.
Any other questions? No? Okay,
Thank you, Coach.
so I have a motion by Alice, a second by Sabrina, all in favor?
Aye.
4-0. 11.3, approval of cross-country overnight trip to Mount St. Antonio College invitational meet and college tour on October 20 to 2021, 2023 at Mount Sac, Cal State, LA.
Move.
Alice Lopez,
Sabrina, second.
Sabrina,
Can we
All in
have the coach make sure that they have, that they request snacks or lunches for the road?
Yes, Christie, you want to share, we discussed that about getting snacks for Mount Sac.
We are going to send them with breakfast in the morning when they leave, something for lunch, and we're working on what they do to supper for that day, but they will be provided meals with it.
Thank you.
okay, we have first, second, all in favor?
Aye.
4-0. 12.0 curriculum. 12.1 approval of Tulare County Office of Education, College and Career, TKCCC, K-12 Strong Workforce Program, WSP5, 2023 through 2025 agreement, number 240137.
Move.
Alice,
Second.
Sabrina, all in favor?
Aye.
4-0. 12.2, a ratification of memorandum of understanding, MOU, with the University of California Transcript Evaluation Services, TES.
Move.
Sabrina?
Alice?
Alice?
Sabrina, second.
Sabrina? All in favor?
Aye.
4-0. 12.3, approval of Tulare County Office of Education, College and Career, Career Technical Education Incentive Grant, CTEIG, 2023 through 2024 agreement, number 240166, round 8.
Alice?
Alice?
Sabrina, second.
Sabrina? All in favor?
Aye.
4-0. 12.4, a ratification of Tulare County Office of Education, ERS, Library, Multimedia Services, 2023-2024 agreement, 240101.
Oh, Alice?
Alice?
Sabrina.
Sabrina? All in favor?
Aye.
4-0. 12.5, approval of 2023-2024 consolidated application, CONAP.
Move.
Move.
Alice?
Alice Lopez,
Second, Sabrina.
Gomez, all in favor?
Aye.
4-0. 12.6, ratification of Tulare County Office of Education, Library and Media Services Agreement, Mathematics Network, additional to Freedom Elementary, 2022-2023 agreement, 230266.
Sabrina, move.
Sabrina?
Second.
John Vasquez, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
4-0. 12.7, approval of crisis preventions, a CPI, nonviolent crisis intervention online course, participation workbook package.
Move.
John Vasquez,
Second.
Sabrina Gomez, all in favor?
Aye.
4-0. 12.8, approval of a CPR training program agreement.
Oh, move.
Sabrina Gomez,
I was waiting
I
for a
went
long.
for it, yeah.
Second.
Alice Lopez, all in favor?
Aye.
4-0. 12.9, approval of Hannigan Ed Equity Group LLC Consulting Services on September 8th, 2023, November 6th, 2023, January 29th, 2024, February 7th, 2024 at the district office.
Move. Second.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Second, John Vasquez, all in favor?
Aye.
4-0. 12.10, approval of contract renewal with Tulare County Office of Education, SELPA, Program Specialist for 2023-2024 school year.
Alice move.
Alice,
Sabrina, second.
Sabrina, all in favor?
Aye.
4-0. 12.11, approval of contract renewal with Tulare County Office of Education, Behavioral Health Services for 2023-2024 school year.
Move and question.
Alice,
Second.
Sabrina, Alice, question?
Are we getting, utilizing this sufficiently to warrant the expenditures? How many are we supporting? Do we have a list of how, counseling, how many people they're counseling, how many parents they're meeting with? Do we have any of that?
I can get that for you. I don't have it right now, but do schools utilize it? Most definitely, because we still have a lot of residual effect from COVID and the absences and all of the emotional pieces. They work in tandem with our district people, and they provide additional support. So it's kind of expanding our network of support with the behavioral, and it is a renewal, so something that's been ongoing. It's totally up to the board if we want to continue to renew. But I can get that for you at the
Yeah, I
next.
understand it's a renewal, but I just want to make sure, just because it's a renewal. that
Yes,
it's-
of course.
That we're using actually enough to warrant the expenditure. So, yeah.
That is a very variable answer because it is very dependent on the sites, because it's one of those things that you don't need it till you need it, right? So in a way, it could be a blessing in disguise if we haven't had any overly major issues of behavior, but whenever we do, we know that we have that additional support and that agreement already in place that we can go to them. So it's kind of like an insurance policy in a way. So especially whenever you're dealing with issues of behavioral health, if anybody wish to
Well, like those extended warranties, you might be paying for them, but they never pay back sometimes, so that's
That-
why, that's kind of like my question.
Yeah, no, but yeah, it is kind of an elusive answer, and I'm not trying to bypass, but it is kind of difficult to call it whenever you're dealing with issues of behavioral health and mental health, right? So
Yeah, I'm just wanting to make sure we're getting something.
I can get that for you.
Okay.
Okay, so Alice motion, Sabrina second, you still stand? All in favor?
Aye.
4-0. 12.12, approval of memorandum of understanding between College of Sequoia District and Farmsville Unified School District regarding the operations of dual enrollment program at Farmsville High School.
Motion, Alice.
Alice Lopez,
Second, Sabrina.
Sabrina Gomez, all in favor?
Aye.
4-0. 12.13, approval of California Principal Support Network, CAPS, one-year cohort.
Move.
Second.
Alice?
Sabrina, second.
Sabrina, all in favor?
Aye.
4-0. 12.14, approval of fall 2023 Parent Institute of Quality Education Agreement.
Alice, move.
Alice Lopez,
Second.
Sabrina Gomez, all in favor?
Aye.
4-0. 12.15, approval of professional development consultant agreement, Created Culture of Prosperity by Dr. Victor Rios.
Move for discussion.
John Vasquez,
Alice for discussion.
Alice for discussion. Go ahead.
Dr. Chavez,
Yes.
understanding that you want Mr. Rios to be the motivator speaker, and I understand, I don't know him, but I've heard of him, and I think he's a good motivator. My question is, why are they charging so much?
Regrettably, sir, that is the going rate. Approximately, we did seek out others. There was one for 15 with no PD attached. He was 20 because it has PD attached, so he'll be presenting. I'm doing a professional development activity with the entire staff. I don't know what else to say except for the fact that is the going rate. It is expensive, but it's the going rate of presenters. There were others that were at 30, believe it or not. And even though I know that they're really phenomenal presenters, that 20 was more or less our mental cap for that. So it's totally the decision of the board.
Understandable, sir, and also, sir, something like that, it would be prudent that you would at least get a tally of the board to see if it's something that could be, possibility down the road. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's why I put it in the agenda for approval, or now in the future, if you'd like me to do a poll, I will be more than happy to do so.
I would suggest that in the future.
Okay.
I have no problem with Mr. Rios, but I do have a problem with the cost, and I'm gonna tell you why. That cost that we're paying for a motivator speaker, in which I think you could do that ourselves, and we're already paying for doing that here, that we can utilize that money elsewhere within the district, and within the sites and so forth. But again, that's my only concerns in regards to that. Now, if he came in lower, I would say, yeah, I think it'd be great. But for what we want to pay this young man. It's, I mean, understand that's a going rate, but I just, I don't, again, it's only my opinion. But if the board goes with it, I will support it. If not, but that's my opinion.
Those are very valid points, sir. So just to put it as a comparative, in the previous years, I did do my homework. We did have keynote speakers presenting at previous breakfasts for the staff, but they were vendors. And it was embedded in contracts of up to $100,000 to $120,000 contracts. And so they embedded in the keynote. This is just an isolated one in and of itself. I appreciate your vote of confidence in me being able to provide that motivational presentation. But that is more or less the going rate. Now, as far as the funding source, I do want to make a clarification. The funding source is coming from Title II money, which is very specific for professional development, cannot be used for supplies or anything else. It has to be used specifically for that. And it is carryover money that has not been used all year. And if we don't use it, Title II feds will collect that money back up. And the last thing we want to do is lose that money. So we still have an additional $50,000, $60,000 of carryover. So although it is expensive, but it is not. We have about a $90,000 balance, correct, Jason? For carryover. So it'll be coming out of carryover, Title II, very restrictive funding that cannot be used for anything else. Otherwise, I would not put that burden on general fund.
Okay, clarify this for me, I'm just trying to get it. So you're saying we have money left over from the title?
Yes, from Title II, we have carryover from last year, about $90,000, and we would use that carryover from last year in part to pay for the
And what's left over from that, what can we use it on? And it has to be taken care of this year? It has to be,
Ideally.
ideally, we have to spend it by this year, correct?
Yes, I think it's later this year, but it is carryover, we have to use. And in addition to the carryover from last year, we're also getting another carryover of Title II this year as well. So in a sense, it's kind of growing, and it's some, but we don't want it to grow, we want it to use it, so we don't lose it.
In what area can we use it? Can we use it for supplies and stuff and that money, we can't use it for that?
So it's Title II, so my understanding is it's strictly for PD, which is professional development.
Only for professional development? Okay. I just wanted to be clarified on that. In the near future, please clarify that with me, because when a big amount comes up, I kind of get little, I go, damn. You know,
Okay.
but, so just for clarity, just make sure that we.
I'm available for 10 grand,
I'll do it. I'll do it for $5.
I mean.
Yeah, I did put it in, and I appreciate that, sir. I appreciate the feedback. I will be much more clear in the future, but it is put there in the fiscal impact that is out of Title II Part A grant carryover for professional development, not general fund. So it's not coming out of any other fund except for that very specific.
I just wanted to be told that we can only use this money in certain thing and we can't put it elsewhere.
Sure.
Am I correct on that?
Yes, so this is a categorical, so we can't use it for anything, for instance, we can't use it for me, or utilities, or insurance, or attorneys. It's strictly money from the federal government for professional development. And basically, just like Dr. Chavez says here, we have a certain time period to use it, otherwise, basically, we have to give it back.
Okay, just, again, tell me about the professional development. What, like, training our staff? Providing that, sending them to stuff and so forth of that nature? Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah. So
Okay, I just,
an example I've seen many times is we use Title II to pay for a lot of staff PD, for example, TCO week, or in the past when staff goes to training, down south or up north, and it's some, learning how to teach bachelor or ELA or whatever it is, we can use this Title II funding source as well because that qualifies as professional development.
okay, thank you for clarifying that for me, but in the near future, please do that, because when I see that number, I am.
Most definitely.
Just like John said, we could have hired him for 10.
Next time we'll hire John for 10, but, yeah, it is, but please know as well that I had done my homework prior, And as high as this amount is, we had already looked at others were even higher.
Correct.
And the others that were not on the front page, I just want to make that clear, were not on the front. They were attached to a larger contract of 100 and some thousand to a vendor. And we had vendors presenting to our staff. And we really needed somebody to really come and just get it going. And so they're going to present and do an activity with the entire staff at the session.
One more question, Mrs. Lopez, can I ask
Yeah.
before you jump in?
No,
How long did you know this before, did you start working and research into this? Has it been a month, 2 months? Just rough figure.
I don't understand the question. How long did I know
When
it?
were you looking into already, or thinking about hiring a professional to come in?
I have been looking into this for about a month now as far as seeing what has been past practice
Okay.
and what are different ideas and approaches, and making sure that one of the things that I needed to align is that the message of the presenter is aligned to the message that we're sending out to our entire staff.
Okay.
Being someone that has presented as well, but not for that much, that's a side note, that is important. It's important that my message, when I go present, is aligned with whatever the district is giving a message. So it doesn't cross wires and we just do it just to fill airtime.
Correct. And understanding what you're saying, I respect what you're saying, but for transparency reason, make us aware, instead of it coming to me right there and scaring the shit out. Excuse me. Excuse me for my.
Well, it was not meant, it's not meant to scare
No,
anybody.
I understand that, but just more or less just talk to us.
And I
about
did
it.
put it also in the Friday letter, just for.
All right, that's all I wanted to ask. Thank
Yeah,
you, sir.
of course.
understanding this gentleman might be a wonderful speaker and motivator, and he comes from, you know, a low, very low income or poverty level, he should understand that we are a small district, and we should have asked him for some kind of discount, or brought in another district to sit in on this and split the cost, because he speaks at conferences and big venues, so, you know, $20,000 is nothing to that type of thing.
Well, just to add another layer, and Mr. Mendez was working with me in the negotiations, it was originally 40, because it's 20,000 per hour, believe it or not. So I got him to provide 2 hours of PD for the same price as one. So we had already negotiated. I couldn't negotiate it down any further. That's as far as I could negotiate it to make it happen. If I already knew ahead of time that it's pending board approval, so if the board approves it, we move forward. If not, then I have to go back to the drawing board and create another alternative, because we will have something for our staff.
And then we'll only get 50 copies of the classroom application handbook, so how are you gonna choose who those 50 are gonna go to?
We will distribute them evenly among the different sites. So at least the leadership, the guidance coalition from each of the sites will be getting that, and then eventually disseminate that information out.
That was his minimum, the 50, that's the minimum.
More or less, there's about 50 members, correct me if I'm wrong, about 50 members of the Site Guidance Coalition. That includes administrators and key teacher leadership.
Sabrina, any questions?
No, so this is gonna be the day, August 7th,
Yes, right after breakfast, between 10 and 12.
and is there a minimum number of, people that can attend this?
Anybody can attend.
Okay.
All of our entire staff, board members, everybody. In other words, why is August 7th so important? August 7th is the first day that everybody comes back. We cannot afford to fail. That very first day is the day that we have to make it just pop. Why? Because I feel strongly that our staff is worth it. They're worth that quality of instruction. And I had already dropped it because originally his price, believe it or not, is $20,000 an hour. Most of the speakers, that's what they charge. It's really gotten outrageous, I agree. And at first, I wasn't sure exactly how to move forward, but I did have others who were coming in about 5,000 over, 5,000 under. That's the standard deviation of 5,000 plus or minus.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so, John and Alice were in discussion. Do I have a motion to approve?
You know, after thinking about it and understanding, and I'm gonna give you this one, Dr. Chavez, I'm gonna go ahead and approve it, but please, in the near future, be more transparent with us and let us know where the money is going to.
Most
Because-
definitely.
And because understanding that it does come from that title money, it has to be spent there. And yeah, I'll agree. I was in disagreement in the beginning with my own thoughts and everything, but after being clarified and you clarifying that for us, I'm gonna go ahead and motion that.
And I appreciate that, sir. And I can guarantee you that it was not an attempt to deceive. It was my understanding that we had a common understanding of what the purpose of the different title fundings are. I will be happy to provide additional workshops for everybody to understand what the specific purposes are of restricted funding of Title I, II, III, and IV. But I appreciate it. Thank you.
I'll stay with the second. I don't think it's necessarily where the money's coming from, but the amount of the money that was giving us heart palpitations because our staff does deserve training. So I hope that we have all our staff present at this breakfast to take.
Rosemary, make sure that everybody's gonna come because she organized the breakfast. So we have really good food.
You.
Well, the only people there are the calendar people, because not everybody comes back to the first day of school.
All calendared people are invited. Other people were also invited, but it's to be on voluntary because otherwise we'd have to pay them.
How many
So-
calendared people are we talking about?
90, I believe, 91.
Nice.
Usually a pretty good crowd, yearly.
90 to 100 that are not calendar. So of our total amount that we have, which is right at like 336, I had to deduct from the breakfast count the people who are not calendar to work, which is like 93.
We have over 200 people than we're expecting.
Yes.
So the head count for the breakfast is
But no one will be turned away. So if any non-calendared individuals show up, they will not be turned away. And we have to consider that of those 90-some, there is gonna be a significant number that do show up on their own time.
That
The
would-
only thing we did not do is because we can't pay them additional hourly to show up.
Yeah, you might just mention to them that this guy's a great speaker and we're paying $20,000 and it's really worth it. Maybe they'll volunteer to come.
Well, I could not do that, I could not do that public service announcement until I get board approval, right? I don't wanna put the cart in front of the horse, so,
Dr. Chavez,
yes.
can I add,
Mhm.
from a breakdown from a professional development, comes out to $80 a person to get a world-renowned speaker and 2 hours of professional development for each individual person.
And the staff doesn't know they're gonna pay, right?
And $80
No.
for the rest of the 14.
Okay.
And then they get served by the board, the food, right?
We've done that before, so it hasn't been,
I
yeah.
can say that as the food service staff, we have very few people that are calendared on that day, but they're excited to come back and where we're going in this upcoming school year.
School year,
So my
yeah.
entire staff's on board coming that day.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
they're volunteering their time to come take part in it. So
Oh,
we're excited
sounds
to
great.
see us.
Good.
Good.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so motion John, second Alice, all in favor?
Aye.
4-0. Okay, 13.0, personnel. 13.1, approval of certificated personnel, item 13.1.1 through item 13.1.2.
Move, Alice.
Alice,
Second, Sabrina.
Sabrina, all in favor?
Aye.
4-0. 13.2, approval of classified personnel, item 13.2.1 through item 13.2.14.
Move.
John Vasquez,
Second,
Sabrina
Sabrina.
Gomez, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
4-0. 13.3, approval of extracurricular activity coaching personnel, item 13.3.1 through item 13.3.5.
Yeah, question?
Mo-
Just before that is approved, there's a typo. Nora Alstead should be esports and Desiree Lopez should be soccer. That's it.
Well, you know what, that kind of makes a little bit more sense. I was
We
like-
got to reschedule the meeting now? Okay.
Okay, so.
Oh.
We'll make the change.
Okay, so I'm sorry.
Desiree.
Thank you.
All
Don't
right,
let it happen again.
okay, okay. Again, item 13.3, approval of extracurricular activity coaching personnel. Item 13.3.1 through item 13.3.5.
Move
Alice Lopez,
with the correction.
with correction.
Second, Sabrina.
Sabrina Gomez, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
4-0. 13.4, personnel action report, information only. 13.5, approval of provisional interim permit for Alex Romo, physical education teacher at Farmersville Junior High School.
Move.
Alex Lopez,
Second, Sabrina.
Sabrina Gomez, all in favor?
Yeah.
Aye.
4-0. 13.6, approval of a coordinator of MTSS job description and salary schedule.
Move,
Sabrina Gomez,
I'll second this.
John Vasquez, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Me.
3-1. 13.7, approval of district superintendent, approval of district student information system coordinator, job description and salary schedule.
Move, Sabrina.
Sabrina Gomez,
Can I second with discussion?
John Vasquez, go ahead, question?
Dr. Chavez, talk to me about this position.
This is, I can't mention names, but is to backfill the current person that just recently left that oversaw CalPads and the data. The only thing that we did is we added more duties and modified and dropped a little bit on the salary, so it wouldn't be so high. Just like we did with the coordinator. The coordinator was a drop in the salary and making sure that we had the duties taken care of. This is the person that, I can't mention names, as you well know, but it's the person that did the CalPads prior to now. So it's to backfill, it's not an additional position.
And this position's gonna be flown?
Yes, sir. All the positions need to be flown.
Okay. So you're telling me that you're giving them more responsibility but less pay?
Yes.
Well, more responsibility for the same pay. A little, slightly less pay, yes.
Slightly less pay. Okay, gotcha.
So I do have a question.
Go ahead.
So you're talking about less pay. In step one, it's 309 for the new position. In step one, it's 270. In the new position, step two is 322. In step two here, the range is 280. So I'm really confused how this works. You say it's less pay.
Let me get to that page. If you, it is a slightly different formula, and I'll tell you why. Is because we moved this position into unrepresented classified management because we were paying before, even though it seems less, we were paying a tremendous amount of money in overtime, comp time, and all the like. By moving them over, they, as management, they work the hours that are needed on salary, so they're not, there will be no overtime. It'll be the amount of work that is needed to complete the task, much like our other unclassified management positions. So that's why it changes the formatting of the formula.
Usually on a range, that doesn't account for overtime. It's just your hourly base rate, isn't it?
Yes, but when it was before under classified, there was almost every month an additional amount of overtime that would, I don't want to use the word pad, but padded the old salary. So we shifted it into unrepresented management. But basically, it's the same duties plus more. So there's additional duties, all things that relating to data, federal program monitoring, which is huge, and it's coming around the corner, even if it's in May. It's dealing with issues of uploading the technical side of LCAP, not the LCAP itself, but the technical side of uploading documentation and all things of uploading those things, as well as the old CalPads, ARIES, all things data, which generate money for the district. That's why this is a critical position that needs to be filled. Every day that goes by that is vacant, we're having to scramble to make sure we submit the reports that the state is requiring.
And if it's approved, it's gonna start flying as of tomorrow?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and we will get somebody that is an expertise in this?
That is the goal, sir, yes.
And not somebody that we're just.
Yes,
training.
and then in addition, I want to note here that if you see under fiscal impact, it is coming out of the LCAP, not the general fund. So I want to make it clear for all the people that are listening, we're making a genuine effort, and management knows as well, to really monitor and keep general fund expenditures to a minimum and maximize our usage of the restricted funds for the purposes of what they were designed. In this case, it would be analyzing the data.
I guess I have a really dumb question is, why wasn't this change made prior to this person leave if it was going to, make a difference?
The issue came up once the vacancy was created, and just like in HR in almost every other district in the state and the country, we utilized the opportunity of the vacancy and the void that was created with the absence and the loss of the position in order to restructure and reinvent the position in order to make it more inclusive to the needs of the district. My job as a superintendent is to make sure that I make the necessary adjustments to address the instructional, fiscal, and academic needs of the district. And so that's why we modified it in order to make it much more inclusive and taking it out of the issue of regular classified, so we're able to utilize that individual the amount of time that is necessary to complete the task without having to deal with issues of overtime.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. So, we have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
4-0?
Nope.
3-1?
Yep.
3-1. Okay. 14.0, board business. 14.1, consideration of any item of the board wishes to have on future agenda or provide a written update. Sabrina?
Yes. So from what I understand, fiscal year is from July to July, correct?
That's July 1st to June 30th.
June 30th. So I'd like to request an annual report of use of facilities, cost to the district, of where we're at with that.
Anything else?
Oh, no.
No? Alice?
That was a good pause.
Yes, I'd like to make sure that we start looking at tour dates for all our facilities. I would like to be able to, once the teachers are in their classrooms, to make sure that they have all their needs met as far as, books, pencils, whatever it is that they might need. So I'd like to make sure that we do one of our tours right after school starts.
Okay.
And I'd like to make sure that we touch as many of the areas that we are going to be working on, such as, I don't know, we have anything going at the farm, see if we need to update that. I want to make sure that we hit all these areas. I know the one year we did it in the rain, that was a big eye-opener, because then we actually saw that there was issues with drainage. But I'm not calling for rain the next.
No, neither did I. It's not on the agenda for at least a couple
No,
of weeks.
But I want to make sure that at some point we're viewing how the kids are maybe getting their lunches and, making sure that the recycling.
Would
has
you
come
like a
back.
tour of the facilities, or would you like a tour, so I can inform the admin that are here present, or going into classrooms?
It's both.
Okay, great. And we will set that up. We might have to set it up in the form of a special board meeting,
Yes.
but for that
Yeah,
purpose.
Our tours usually.
Yes.
yeah.
Mhm.
We'll just have to do a transmittal of those dates and you guys tell me.
Okay.
So is it okay with you, Ms. Lopez, if I put the proposed dates on the August 8th board meeting?
That's fine.
Okay.
September, October. Be good. Let them get at least 30 days in the classroom. They get comfortable. Okay.
So remind me, Rosemary, to make sure.
Alice, anything else? Okay. John Vasquez.
Nothing this time.
No? Nothing on me. Okay. I appreciate you. Okay, let's see. 15.0, business services. 15.1, approval of a memorandum of understanding between Tulare County Superintendent of Schools, Farmersville Unified School District in reference to School Food Authority SFA number M240240004.
Move Alice.
Alice?
Second, John.
John Vasquez.
I'm
I've got
pretty
an
sure I can
echo.
recognize your
I-
voice.
I literally have an echo in my ear. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
4-0. 15.2, adoption resolution number 020718-23, authorizing interfund loan cash flow purpose.
Move Alice.
Alice Lopez,
Second.
John Vasquez, all in favor?
Aye.
4-0. 16.0, other business. 16.1, response to Tulare County Civil Grand Jury Report. Just information only?
Yeah, that was just information only. We replied to the grand jury, and we have our own internal plan with Farmersville Police Department.
Yep. Okay. Any
And we're
questions?
getting the sniff dog. The dog has already been purchased, is already en route, and now they're just training the police officer that's going to oversee the dog.
Should be 20 grand.
Dog.
Okay.
It's a really good, world-renowned dog.
Okay. Any questions on that?
Does he speak?
Does he have, are we providing health insurance also?
For the dog?
Yeah.
No, actually. No, yeah, I know. I did do my research. I called Korea Health. They said, no, they won't do dogs.
No.
We're good.
Okay.
Okay, 16.2, approval of agency agreement with Tulare County Superintendent of Schools 2023-2024 mental wellness service agreement, number 240123.
Move.
John Vasquez,
Second.
Sabrina Gomez, all in favor?
Aye.
4-0. 16.3, approval of agreement with Raptor Technologies.
Move.
Second.
Alice Lopez, John Vasquez, all in favor?
Aye.
4-0. 17.0, future meeting dates. 17.1, August 8th, 2023. August 22nd, 2023. 19.0, policies, administration, regulations. 19.1, a second reading approving SELPA policy review for 2023-2024.
Move.
John Vasquez,
Second.
Alice Lopez, all in favor?
Aye.
5-0.
4-0?
4-0.
I'm sorry, 4-0.
Yeah, no worries.
It's 5-0.
I'm hearing that fifth person,
So
okay.
there we go.
20.0, closed, adjourn to closed session, 8 o'clock. 20.1, conference with labor negotiations, GC 54957.6. It is the intention of the board to meet in closed session to review its position and to instruct its designated reps, agency designated representatives, Dr. Sergio Chavez, Jason Kraft, Manuel Mendez, name of organization, FTA, CSEA Management. Okay, 20.2, public employee discipline dismissal, release complaint, government code 54957. 20.3, conference with real property negotiators, government code 54956.8, agency negotiator, Brian Martin, attorney, AALRR, under negotiation, price and terms. Okay. Alrighty.
Okay, so Mr. Mendez and Mr. Caff and everybody else on our management team, you all have a good night. Thank you. We'll see you in the morning.
Thank you.